Good evening, you are watching Goa 365 and I'm Nisadias here to remind you of the people and events that made news in the week that went by. Most part of last week saw Goa was headless with a government that was reduced to minority, and the Chief Minister and his troop were in Delhi trying to save the government. But who walked away with the cake was Churchill Alemao. But first, as the Congress and NCP troubleshooters scooped down on Goa, initially failed to break the impasse as rebels remained steadfast in their demands. Hence, NCP's chief negotiator Praful Patil invited the 9 rebels to Delhi to sort out the mess. However, rebel group remained adamant and turned down the invitation of Praful Patil to visit Delhi for second round of talks, maintaining that their demand should be met in Goa itself. However, overnight the tide changed in favor of the minority government, with Vishwajit Rane and Babush Monsarat getting physical over some arguments. Very next morning, Babush woke up to find that Vishwajit had disappeared from the Star Hotel with NCP trio and MGP duo, and he was left with only then Save Goa Front MLA Reginald Lawrence. By afternoon, realizing that Vishwajit had pulled the carpet from under his feet and had proceeded to Delhi to ask for forgiveness for resigning from the government, Babush did what he is very good at. He called up the Chief Minister and extended unconditional support, thereby beating Vishwajit at his own game. But then, Babush is quite an expert in such things. Remember, 7 months back, he was part of the GDA, which tried to topple the same government. And while the BJP, MGP and SGF were sorting out legal issues in Delhi, he met the governor SC Jamir in Goa and extended his support to the government, thereby pricking the GDA balloon. This time round, before Vishwajit could even start demanding inclusion of Sudin Daulikar in the ministry, Babush had turned the tables on him using the media. The Taligaon MLA even exposed that the entire plan was hatched by Vishwajit Rane to get his father in as Chief Minister. Yet another opportunity slipped through the hands of Leader of Opposition Manohar Parrikar to form the government. Though BJP were part of the toppling game, Parrikar kept quite a distance from the rebel group. He seems to have learned from his early experience in putting his trust in legislators like Babush, Sudin and Vishwajit. No doubt that the governor SC Jamir did the Congress bidding, and Parrikar started demanding immediate recall of the governor for illegally saving the government when it was reduced to a minority by proroguing the winter assembly session. Manohar Parrikar, who surely has an axe to grind with the governor, has now threatened to organize statewide movement against Jamir. And if he remains in Goa after that, BJP has threatened not to allow the governor to address the next assembly session. Now, would that not amount to undemocratic act, Mr. Parrikar? One of the many reasons for destabilizing the government, one especially that of Tourism Minister Miki Pacheco, was to checkmate his mentor Churchill Alemao. Pacheco went on to lament that as a PWD portfolio was with Alemao, he was obstructing works in his constituency. However, to the bad luck of Benauli MLA, his one-time confidante and Kolva Punch member Calvert Gonsalves exposed him with evidence. Gonsalves accused Benauli MLA of obstructing and objecting to even sanctioned works using his clout as the tourism minister. He produced an advertisement of tendered works published in a local daily and a letter signed by Pacheco directing PWD officials not to undertake the works in Benaulim constituency. Calvert claims it is only upon Churchill's intervention that the works were carried out. While Dayanand Narvekar managed to suppress the demands of the rebel group to strip him of the finance portfolio due to his closeness to NCP chief Sharad Pawar, Goa bench of Bombay High Court in an order on a writ petition directed the police to expeditiously investigate complaint against him for his involvement in the land fraud at IT Habitat at Donna Paula. But will the general public ever see the light of the day when the case is decided is a million-dollar question. For more than 6 years now, Narvekar stands as an accused in the one-day international ticket gate scam, and the trial has recently started. Inordinate delays due to frequent changing of public prosecutors, accused finding loopholes in the law, has prolonged the trial in the ticket gate scam for years now. There is no time bar for police to conclude the investigation and charge sheet it, and given the fact that the accused is a minister, the police are unlikely to file the charge sheet until Narvekar is in power, unless directed by the High Court. Vigilant locals, with the help of NGOs, stopped a hill being cut illegally at Kurka. Worse still, the person involved in the destruction of nature is supposed to be a doctor at Goa Medical College. Wood Goacom spokesman Iris Rodriguez, at whose instance the work was stopped, alleged that the permission obtained were during the Diabolic Regional Plan 2011, and since the plan has been scrapped with retrospective effect, all the licenses issued under the plan becomes invalid. But even then, the government employee had the courage to challenge them and proceed with raising the hill. Churchill Alemão created a history of sorts. He rejoined the Congress for the third time. Not that it is going to be the last time. By the end of 5-year term, he could have another brainwave to form another party. No doubt, forming these fledgling regional parties gives him a lot of bargaining power with the Congress. But undoubtedly, Congress is a very democratic party. It does not need opposition to counter its functioning. All the congressmen are licensed to speak against the party in public and also get rewarded for it. Do we need a better example than Churchill? Last week, the 9-month-old seg2 Front party formed by Churchill Alemão, while being in the Congress, formally merged with the Congress. And the reason is to strengthen the party and bring stability to the government. Remember, Churchill was rewarded with a ministry for trying to topple the Digambar-led government 7 months back. The question is whether he will strengthen the party. No doubt that the party strength has gone to 18 from 16 members. But let's not lose sight of the fact that 2 Congress stalwarts were defeated at the hands of Churchill himself at the last elections. Given any situation, Churchill is known to get the best for himself. With the first revolt against the government of which he was a part, he was rewarded by accommodating him in the government. With the recent revolt of which he was not a part, he has not only merged his party but has also bargained for Congress tickets for himself and his brother to contest the next assembly election, and also a ticket for Reginald Lorenzo. The very fact that the Congress High Command has promised to allot 2 tickets to one family goes against its resolution at a national convention. Remember, Vishwajit Rane was denied a ticket at the last hustings because party ticket was assured to his father Pratap Singh Rane. But then Congress is also well known to do a volte-face too, and it is an open secret how the tickets are distributed. Loyalists are never considered for the largesse of the Congress party. Former Youth Congress President Girish Chodankar, Congress Mahila Chief Monica Dias, and even senior congressman and General Secretary of Goa Pradesh Congress Committee, Altino Gomes, will agree with us. After all the political activity last week, Vishwajit Rane's disclosure challenged the intelligence of not only the journalists but all the political analysts and pundits. He said that his resignation just coincided with the resignation of others. Therefore, which group of 9 was he talking about? And now, why does he want a third front? If you all have any explanation, please call us. That's all we have in Goa this week. Before we resume with more news, we'll take a short break.